Look at this.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
I'm getting room for her.
For me, right? Awesome. Right on time. Guys, we caught this. Sunday afternoon with Abhishek Banerjee at his house.
माँ बोलती थी संडे को बाल मत कटवाना but time नहीं मिलता है आजकल.
How fab is this? Okay, I'm going to give you some time and come back again after your well-through.
See you.
So it's a beautiful Sunday evening and I'm here with a ball of a talent, Abhishek Banerjee. Thank you so much for inviting me to your place.
No, Shasha, thank you so much for actually having me here. I think the first time I met you, I realized that we can have some good conversations, which we really lack here. So why not? And to spend time talking about yourself, I think that's the best way you can live
your... Talking about yourself, getting to know each other, because otherwise, I mean, we do meet at events, but it's always like busy. We have a mission. And we have 1,000, like you have 1,000 people to meet. So it's always good and
almost you're like almost sometimes you get blinded by like everybody, like and everyone like I'm coming to you, like talking to you. So I don't think events are the right place to talk at all. That's always small talks.
Of course.
So to always have a list of small talks.
Abhishek Banerjee, of course, doing fabulously well right now in the box office. Like we were just speaking, a while back. Seen you in Stree, Patal Lok, and this huge movie that you guys have given right now, Bhediya. Like guys, if you've not watched, definitely a must watch, because I mean the characters that each one of you played, and you especially, like I think the movie would have been incomplete without Abhishek Banerjee. Tell me your experience.
Thank you. I came to Bombay to become an actor because I'm a trained theatre actor from Delhi, and I've also taught theatre in colleges. And the dream was to be an actor. That's why I joined Crore College, because Crore College is where Mr. Bachchan comes from, and I was a huge fan of Mr. Bachchan. So for me it was like unke college mein jana hai, wahan se seekhna hai. And I went there, and I got the admission through an ECA quota, which is basically you have to give an audition for your acting skills. And if they like you, you are chosen amongst like thousands of entries all across the country. So that was a big achievement for me, to just because number utne nahi aaye the, so I was good in studies, but somewhere I think I lost the track. That's what happened with me.
You kind of knew that you wanted to probably get into acting.
Probably, and that's why I stopped studying, or I stopped taking interest in chemistry, physics, and maths, because that didn't come very naturally to me, I think. So yeah, I mean that's why So since then, since my college theatre days, I knew that I have to be an actor, and I want to be an actor, but I didn't know how. And the only way I thought was auditions. That's what I thought, that okay, if I've gotten admission in a big college like KMC, which is one of the biggest colleges, like in Delhi University, so then why not? Why not in Bombay? But things were different, of course. Like, here the entry point was really restricted, it seemed like, that, and the rights of admission were reserved. So, so for me to like break through that, I mean, that took me a lot of time.
How many years did that take?
8 years. 8 years. I mean, till I got my first breaks, 3.
What was your feeling like when you got like your first break?
I think it was the best experience of my life in terms of shooting a film. Of course, I've been in considerably some number of shoots till now, from Stree to Dream Girl, Bala, and then Patalok and all of that. But Bhediya was special because we were shooting in Arunachal Pradesh, and that's one location which nobody was like familiar with. So everybody was exploring the places and spaces and the jungles and everything. Every night we had some issue or the other with the lighting, probably, or with the weather. Fog coming in, it started drizzling sometimes. It used to drizzle, leeches sometimes, because there's so many leeches in Arunachal jungles. I don't know how, but so very very like swampy space, and just to be there and play that character, or be in the movie which is talking about nature, okay, and you are like in a jungle, so I think we all connected more than probably I think on a human level. We all were connected to the movie on a spiritual level, and we could hear like trees cutting somewhere you know, around, and we used to always feel bad about it because we are talking about that in the film. और हमारे सामने वही हो रहा है.
Right.
So, you know, just to
Like
hear the
irony.
noise, yeah, the irony of it.
And did you know Rajkumar before?
Of course, I knew him before, like because he was from FTI, and my roommate that time was from FTI, and him and Raj were good friends. So Raj and me also became like, you know, social friends. But of course, now we are like very good friends. But so that time I knew Raj. Of course, I knew Amar Kaushik. So I was like, okay, I want this role. And how do I get it? And he's like, audition, bro. And okay, fine. I auditioned for bit 2 because I wanted to play the chunt dost.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know why he saw the innocent dost in me. That's so like far away from me, like, you know. So I was like, okay, fine. You want me to play Jana? I'll give it a shot. But I'm not interested in Jana. I'm interested more in bit 2. But Amar Kaushik, he convinced me to do Jana. And in fact, when I gave the audition, I realized, because I'm a casting director also, right? So the minute I gave the audition, I realized, oh damn, like this is what I should be doing. Right. You know, it just came so naturally because I'm also a Bengali boy, right? So Bong guys are like very protected and very, like moms would put monkey caps.
I know that.
Yeah.
Monkey caps, khana
Yeah,
khilao,
exactly.
You know,
So yeah, my mom is quintessential Bengali mother, and I have been a quintessential Bengali son till a long time. Delhi ne thoda bigaad diya, otherwise I was very like, you know, sweet and nice. So then yeah, I mean then I actually went back to my parents to just soak in the love of childhood to prepare for Jana's character. So I went back to Kharagpur where my parents stay, and I didn't tell them, of course, कि मैं acting exercise करने के लिए आया हूँ. They were like, wow, our son is like, you know, he's giving us a surprise visit and all that. He's changed and all of that. But I actually went for a very selfish motive. Actors are quite selfish, I've realized that. So yeah, I mean then I got that love. My nickname is Gola. You know, because I was very goal matul.
Okay.
So then I derived Jana, and I tried to, like, you know, mix a little bit of Gola in it.
Wow.
And that's how that character was built. So it's very me, but probably when I was like in 7th, 8th standard or something like that.
Right.
So Jana is quite close to me.
Tell us with Stree, your first movie when it released, what was your feeling like and what was your reaction from your wife, from your family, you know, everybody else? What did you hear from them?
Yeah, I think that was the first time when my dad realized that, okay, like my son will be able to, you know, feed himself.
I think you were feeding yourself even when you were a casting director.
Yeah, but somehow my dad never took that seriously. I mean, even though like I was like, you know, running a company with like 20-25 employees and everything, and I was doing, you know, casting for big movies, but somehow he was never satisfied. He used to always feel that ये private job hai. You know what? There's a thing about government job people.
Government and private.
Yeah, and they do not consider a private job a job.
Serious, yes.
Okay, so as long I was a businessman and, like, you know, solo whatever entrepreneur, and he was always confused about what's happening, and he was not understanding hota kya, what is casting.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, don't give me that, like, you know, even dogs and cats are on TV. What are you doing? So, and you used to call yourself an actor. So I think Stree then changed everything. Stree made, I think he understood the point of the whole thing, because I fought with him when I came to Bombay.
Right.
You know, he was not very happy with it.
Yeah.
He thought I'm like completely doomed, or I'm straying, or I'm not really focused, because that's what parents would think first. कि अच्छा इसको ये क्या है, हीरो बनने जा रहा है क्या? तो हीरो बनने जाना is not a very respectable thing in a middle class family.
Yeah.
You know, that means the boy is not serious about his life or career. You know, so then that stereotype was, I think, broken with Stree. My relatives realized that oh, he actually is an actor. Uska poster pe face hai, and that film is doing well.
It did so well, Stree, I remember.
Honestly, I didn't even realize what Stree is till like probably now, like 6 months or 1 year back. Because I was like, okay, like, because I was so lucky that my first film earned 130 or 135 CR.
Yeah.
Now this is like a thing of your dreams, right? That you're seeing all these big stars, and the stories about, oh, 100 crores, iska 100 crores, it's 80 crores and all of that. And suddenly you are in a film and it's relatively very small film, and that suddenly crosses the 100 crore, label. And that's when you start feeling validation, but you don't know what to do with that validation. Okay, fine, I've achieved something, but who do I go and tell?
It's a sweet feeling.
Yeah, it's a very sweet feeling for your own personal thing. It's not for anybody else. And you know it inside that, now I realize, it's very difficult to reach that feat. It's not easy. But all my 3 films, like the first 3 films, like Stree, Bala, Dreamville, they were all above 100 crores. So I always thought that any film I do is going to be, 100 crores.
Wow, look at this.
That's what I thought.
That's how you should think.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my goal. Like that's my, if I'm doing a film or anything, I'm like, okay, it has to be super successful. Otherwise, I'm not happy. Because then OTT happened, Mirzapur happened, then Patal Lok happened.
Patal Lok, oh my God.
So,
I want to talk about that movie.
So these were all like massive hits.
Yeah.
So, and I got all of them very early in my career. Like as an actor, that it was like 2-3 years into acting, and I was sitting with all these successful shows and films and characters. I'm like, what do I do with it now? How do I go about it?
Yeah.
So, but then thankfully, I think I've been blessed enough to get the kind of roles I've been getting. I think there's a lot of blessing also. It doesn't happen automatically. It's something you probably manifest, and then there has to be some kind of guardian angel who is like taking care of you.
How was that whole experience like with the whole team?
Yeah, I think I learned a lot from Varun, and for me it was very important to see, okay, somebody is actually putting a lot of hard work off screen also. Every time before any scene, he would rehearse the scene with me, he would discuss with me, he would get into the character in the sense that whenever he needed to spend a lot of energy physically, he would actually exercise before, while shooting, and I'm like, how is he doing it? Because aren't you drained already? Because usually after 12 hours of shoot, or after even 4, 5, 6 hours of shoot, you are drained. Yeah. I'm looking at him, he's running, he's going and giving another shot, and Amar Kaushik was quite hard on him. He was really, really trying to push him to his limits, and he never complained. I didn't see him getting irritated even once. Even once. I'm not talking about seriously, not even once that guy had any kind of, complaints or the mood swings which we always keep talking about actors. I didn't see any mood swings. There was only one swing, and there was one always smiling at everyone. Yeah. That was so beautiful to see. That was so beautiful to see people actors like him or stars like him respecting everyone else, because when you're shooting, everyone else is putting a lot of effort. And for the main actor, the lead actor, it's very important to keep that kind of sense of cooperation, with the crew, and have that smile so that they can feel more motivated to spend those many hours and spend that kind of effort. So that is something which I really learned.
Right.
And that is something which many of the youngsters should learn, that it's not, nobody is a star or nobody is successful just because of luck or talent. There are too many things attached to someone's success, and we need to always look at successful people and not try to downgrade them by telling them, oh, it was easy for them, or it was whatever, this golden spoon, silver spoon, or diamond spoon. And none of the spoons will really work if you really don't keep yourself and your personality in check, apart from all of the hard work and talent.
I've heard that from a lot of the star kids, like we say, right? Probably, okay, one movie introduction happened, you got that movie, but after that, how are you going to play that character? The person who gave you is not going to sit with you.
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. I mean, see, it's for me, it's very simple. I think, yes, there are possibility of more opportunities for someone who is from the family, but that also means double the pressure.
Yes.
That also means that they have double the responsibility. That also means that they have to constantly face criticism with the kind of pressure which we don't have.
Yes.
Outsiders are quite relaxed because we know that we're going to prove in one film and people are going to talk about us. Ki, arey, wow, what an actor and all that. And they'll keep giving us, those benefit of doubts.
Correct. Yes.
But they don't have any kind of benefit of doubts. They will be always scrutinized, and they'll always be critical about their performances and what they're doing and how they're behaving and everything. So they are under much more pressure.
Yeah.
So in fact,
Honestly,
yeah, they are. I mean, that's what I say about the youngsters, that guys, just relax. Don't take it in a bitter way. Take it as a vardhan. It's like something which
in a
you.
way, it's like a blessing.
Yeah, of course
because
it is.
At least you have the opportunity to get that benefit of doubt.
Of course it is.
Which the star kids don't have.
They don't. I mean, my dad will be happy with me doing something nice on screen, and he doesn't need to understand my acting. He will always be happy with whatever I'm doing. But probably their dads and their moms will not be happy with an ordinary performance, and they'll be criticized more at homes, which is scary for me. Like, if my dad also starts criticizing me, I'm like, oh my God, where do I go? So
Tell us about Kriti, because you worked with Kriti for the first time, right? And the video.
Kriti is so pretty.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
How was your experience? With
Amazing. She's a wonderful human being to start with, and I think she has a great sense of humor.
And Abhishek, what is this like fashionable Abhishek Banerjee that I see here? Do you have a stylist on board who styles you for like interviews or your personal?
This is my personal styling. Like, I've learned to you have to like do this with this color and do that with this pattern and all of that. And you just keep listening to these girls talking. I'm like, okay, oh, interesting. Okay, like keep acquiring the knowledge. I love doing that. I want to learn about everything. I want to know about everything. It really interests me a lot. Probably as an actor, it helps me also.
Okay guys, so this was really not planned, Abhishek. I thought, let me just get Tina, his wife, here. And I just wanted to know, Tina, thank you so much for coming, taking this little time off even on a Sunday.
It's my pleasure.
I'm sorry I'm disturbing your Sunday day, that you both have.
Not at all. I think I got a Saturday free too. So.
Oh, you did?
Good.
Awesome. So, I wanted to ask you guys, like, since, I've read few things that you guys got married, intercaste wedding. How has this whole experience been for both of you?
Actually, I think we just jumped into it without knowing anything about inter-religion, inter-caste, and no, I don't think it's inter-caste, but more inter-religion. So we just jumped into it because we were really young and I think risky behavior. We said, okay, let's see what happens. Let's try it. We're not one of those who I don't have boundaries particularly saying this cannot be done and that cannot be done. So we just jumped into it.
But how nice. Look at you both now today, you guys are here. And look at Abhishek, like from being behind the camera to coming and killing it with each and every movie. Did you see the recent Bhediya?
Yes.
You've seen?
Yes.
What do you think about him, like his character?
I found him very entertaining. Also, the whole audience who was watching with us was just laughing whenever he said any dialogue on the
Same.
screen. It was unbelievable. I was more like quiet, taking it all in, feeling the vibe of the place. So it was really good.
Right. And now, like, how are you trying to see? As an actor, he also needs to keep traveling, and when there are promotions, it's even more crazier, right?
Yes.
So, how are you both kind of managing your time and taking that little me time for the both of you? Us time. Sorry.
I think, Sasha, the situation is that the us time and me time, it's also very. I feel it's overrated. When you always have different times for different things. I mean, we know each other for like 13 years now, and I think 7 to 8 years of that, it was only us time. It was only us time. There's not too busy, so we are just going traveling, and we're going like, seeing something and like chilling and like spending a month in some country, or spending, I think every year we used to take holidays for like 20, 15, 30 days, and so
Wow.
yeah, so we have lived like that, and we've like traveled the entire country in a Santro, in a
Yeah.
Nissan,
So
and
you're
then
talking about Santro days,
yeah,
guys.
like we have done so much from Delhi to Bombay, from Bombay to Kerala. We have traveled in a Santro, यार.
Oh, wow.
तो ये सब
that
हमने
is a long
मतलब
journey.
I feel that Santro, वो जो गाड़ी थी ना मेरे पास, तब मैं ज़्यादा घूमा करता था.
What color did you have?
White.
White, because I know
White.
so many people had like the silver Santro.
So now the problem is, like, of course now she has a Jeep, I have a BMW. Now but I don't think I have been able to like, take my BMW out of Bombay.
Yeah.
So I always remember those days, and I'm like, okay, I did something at some point, but now probably we need to do something else, and the time is asking you to do other things. And again, probably, the circle of life is such that you'll always get back to doing things which you want. And whenever you can, when you can squeeze in, that is your time. I mean, if you're living under the same roof, that is your time. Because what extra we're going to do? We have done a lot of festivals. We have done cities. We actually have lived.
Been there, done that. As
done
well.
everything, everything. I think we have done more than probably the youngsters of the generation.
Guys,
So
know that.
I can.
What a beautiful story, guys. I mean, I wish I find a partner like this now. Thank you so much, guys, for talking to me. This was Get Candid with Sasha, and I think we were super candid.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
High
you.
five,
Thank you,
guys.
Sasha.
so much.
Thank you.